Dun 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 dun. Welcome to the Actors Penthouse. I'm Brett.
And I'm Noah, and this is LA Reels TV. We are with Stephanie Kamari today.
Yeah, and her puppy. Oh my God!
That
That's
great.
Mr. Jackson.
Mr.
Jackson is the man, or the dog. Yeah.
The dog man.
Stephanie, thank you so much for coming on today.
Thanks for having me, man.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
So Stephanie, tell us a little bit about who you are and why you are an actor.
Yeah.
Actress.
Yeah, I don't care what label.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to be an actor since I was 4, and I was turned down, and because of my disability, they said there's no room in Hollywood for disabled people. I said that's not right. So years later, here I am, and I have an address in Hollywood. How's that?
Yeah. What was there like a moment in your life that inspired you? That you saw on TV or on stage or something, and you were like, I want to do that.
What actually inspired me was I was Easter Seal poster child at 4 years old, and in Central Illinois, and I noticed there's no disabled people on TV. Where are they?
Right.
I want to be that.
Yeah.
And my uncles told me, you can only have 2 jobs. You can either work in entertainment or you can work in government. That's all you can do. And I said, all right. So I did do government for a while. I worked with the Americans with Disabilities Act of 1990 and helped get that passed.
Nice.
And then I said, I don't really want to do government stuff anymore. I got my degree in international relations, but I said, I think entertainment is the way to go.
Is the way to go.
Right.
Well, with that being said, what are some of the shows that you want to be on?
Pretty Little Liars.
Who's the casting director for that?
Zane Pillsbury.
Zane Pillsbury casting.
Awesome.
All right, we're coming
Zane,
after you.
We're gonna send Stephanie your way. In the meantime, let's play your demo reel.
Perfect.
Bam.
Hey, honey.
Hi, Dad.
In the neighborhood, so I brought you macchiato.
Thanks, Dad.
Hey, why the puss?
I'm done, Dad.
Done? What do you mean done?
I'm done. I work at a crappy job, fast food drive-through, $6 an hour, and they always make me clean the toilets.
Hey, come on. You know what they say. When the going gets tough,
you give up.
That's not what they say.
Dad, you don't get it. I mean, it takes me 2 hours to get out of bed in the morning. My grandma, she said, well, Sally Joe is homosexual. She must have drank too much cow's milk.
My parents literally think there's a gene for homosexuality.
Yeah, I heard of it. DN gay.
Gay. That's crazy.
Do you really think there's a gene for homosexuality? What about asexuality?
I mean, which one would you have?
Both? I didn't think there would be a problem. I thought you were an advocate for disability equality.
Absolutely no problem, but before we begin, why don't you tell me why you think you'd be a strong candidate for the UN?
Well, I speak 8 languages. I've helped President Kenyatta in Kenya arrange a disability equality program there. And I was highly recommended by one of your colleagues.
Stephanie, that was
great.
fantastic.
That was great. Yeah,
Awesome.
Yeah. We know because
we
helped with it a little bit. Yeah,
It's awesome. I mean, that day was fabulous.
Yeah, that day was awesome. We had so much fun, and you were just a blast to have on set. So
thank you.
What something that I know, like we always ask, what kind of challenges an actor kind of goes through, and I think in your case you've had quite a few stories.
Yeah.
What are some examples of some tough times that you've experienced as an actor trying to
make it in Hollywood? Yeah.
Well, disabilities is a really big issue. Right now, they have, equality for LGBT, African American, people of color, but disabilities hasn't really gotten out there yet. And he knows.
Right. He's
cheering you on.
Go.
And he's, and wheelchairs have finally been accepted, but crutches I think casting directors and, people on set are worried, oh my gosh, she's going to trip on the wires, on whatever.
Yeah.
I have 4 legs. You guys have 2.
Right.
I got it. And, and a lot of disabilities that are portrayed on set are with able-bodied actors.
Right.
That's the biggest problem. Because I'm not sure if it's because of, that there aren't disabled people that are auditioning, or if the disabled people just don't realize that they can do it.
Right.
With the implementation and stuff of green screen, for instance. I mean, I can be on a skateboard or a surfboard and nobody would know.
Yeah.
And I actually worked with a guy who had a green screen, and we did some testing. It was fabulous.
Yeah.
I was doing pipes and whatever, It's great. It's fun.
Cool.
That's
cool.
awesome. What I mean, you've overcome a lot, and you're striving for a lot to move forward. What are some of the habits that you do for yourself every day that you wake up, or habits that you want to start doing?
What I do is I obviously exercise quite extensively because my muscles, with my disability, all my muscles are pulled like rubber bands to the extent where if you pull it any further, it's going to pop.
Wow.
And so I have to really work on that. It's not just the easy get out of bed and jump in the shower. It's a challenge every minute, but I've overcome everything. I've lived in 31 nations, speak 8 languages.
Wow.
4 continents, 31 nations, and I'm going to the Faroe Islands soon.
Yeah.
Tell us
So
about
excited.
that. It's what, they only have like a couple thousand people living there or something?
Yeah, it's around 25 to 30,000 people,
Yeah.
and it's a very small island off. It's between Iceland and Britain, and right now Paul Watson, the famous sea shepherd captain, is having whale wars there because
nice.
they eat pilot whale.
Right.
And you see, they drive them on the beach and they slaughter them on the beach. They don't use slaughterhouses like we do.
Mm.
And a lot of people are horrified that the water turns red with blood
Right.
because blood is in every animal. And so their beaches turn to blood, and that offends a lot of people because they don't hide it in a slaughterhouse. How are you going to move a 3-ton whale to a slaughterhouse?
Right.
They don't charge anybody in the community for whale. They whale and then they divide it up because that's their tradition. They've had it for thousands of years.
Now, what are some of, before we sign off out of here, what's some advice or key advice, maybe in a line or two that you would say to our audience?
For fellow actors out there.
To inspire them a little bit.
You've been through a lot. So what advice do you have for everyone else out there watching?
Well, I'd say never give up. And if you really want to do it, it takes a lot of effort.
Right.
And especially if you're disabled, get out there. Go for it.
Right.
Even average actors, 1 out of every 100 auditions you attain. So, what if it's 1 out of 200 for us? Let's do it.
Just work twice as hard.
Work twice as hard.
And get a cute little doggy like I
Yeah, oh my goodness, he's adorable. So how can we stay in touch with you? Social media, website, etc.?
Look at me at StephanieKamari.com. I have KamariWorld.com, which is my fan site, which I hate the word fan, so I use Kamari World Citizen because obviously if you have a world, you have to have citizens,
people to
right?
populate it, of course.
So KamariWorld.com, and it has a chat room, it has merchandise, it has tons and tons of fun stuff to do.
Cool.
Twitter, Facebook. I'm usually on Facebook more than anything. I have Instagram. Mr. Jackson, Jumpin' Jackson, also has Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. JumpinJaxn.
Awesome.
And yeah, so I'm everywhere, and So just try and find me
And then we'll
Yeah.
go.
Look
Cool. Well, Stephanie, thank you so much for being on the Actors Penthouse. And Mr. Jackson,
It's been a
look,
pleasure.
he listens. He listens
Yeah.
more than I do.
give him tomatoes next time.
Tomatoes.
All right.
All
Mr.
right.
Jackson likes tomatoes. So, all right. Well, thank you for tuning in to the Actors Penthouse, and we'll see you next time.
See you later.